nothing yet. Come on, open up your mouth and say it. I love you, Jesus. Mean it with your heart. Those hands together for the Lord. If you really love him, come on. If you really love him, if you really love him, you shown up love him. Lord, I love you. Come on, put those hands together for the Lord. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. You've been good to me, Lord. I love you, Lord. Come on, have he been good to you? Have he really been good to you? Your neighbor right quick. Say, neighbor. Come on, push him. Say, neighbor. Neighbor, I don't know about you, but he really been showing up good to me. He been good to me. Thank you, Jesus. 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 blessing in giving God praise. Ushers, you may take your seat. I know some of you watch Pastor Young quite a bit, and when he have his grandboys, Deacon Horn, I not only want them to pay attention to their granddaddy, but I want them to pay attention to the service.
That's right.
Amen. I don't bring them to church. I could have left them at the house or back in the room to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Amen. And I don't want Sister Sullivan leaving out of here saying, Pastor ought to teach what he preach and preach what he live. But my two grandboys, one of them, he got his eyes on a couple of girls. And Sister Johnson keep bringing them here, Evangelist Johnson, and as long as he can talk and whisper and play with them, he can get his full attention to those two girls. But when I separate them, you see how sleepy he is now? There's some lessing men, amen. Boys, men. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend. He with you like he's just turned 20. But when he remove himself sometime from around them, watch it, Lucas. They'll go to sleep. They'll rest. Amen. He's been resting since I separated. Now he's gonna get on me when I get ready to take him back to Orlando. But why you talk about me, Papa? But it's before we get out the car, he's gonna say, "You got something for me, Papa?" Amen. Those my boys. We love them. We love them like they our own, and we thank God for them. They're such a joy to be around the house sometimes because they watch wrestling. Brother Jackson, they look at this wrestling and they think they can do the same stuff. So I told the young one to pick him up and power drive it. Amen. And he'll pick him up, power drive his brother. I thank God for this. It brings laughter to Ernestine and I. But guess what? When the day's over with, we can take them back home, Sister Perry. Sister Perry, we can take them on back home, amen. And come on back, amen. You just wait a few more weeks, amen. Brother Perry, just wait, amen. I want to talk for just a brief moment or two on the subject of praying without ceasing. Praying without ceasing. Last week, so many times people call me and ask me when I pray with them. And I got a call all the way from South Carolina about praying. And I said, well, we can pray right now. We don't do that over the phone. I said, yeah, we can do it over the phone. We can pray right now. The next day, Deacon Horn, they called me back and told me to thank you for praying, because they realized that God is not only here in Florida, but he's also in South Carolina. For so many times, prayer is the key to one's burden. Oftentimes it have said, yes, that prayer soothes a savage beast. Sometimes when we can't say nothing else or do nothing else, I found out that when we just have a little talk with the Lord, he'll make everything all right. Prayer wins out of being alone all by yourself, because when you talk to God, God has a way of giving you the answer to what you have asked for. Amen. When you talk to God, he has a way sometimes, Deacon Robert Singleton, of soothing the savage beast. Sometimes we can't find the words that Mr. Webster have placed in our hands to talk to the Lord, but I found out he hears our humblest cry. Am I right about it? We don't have to let no one else know what we're talking about. Because the word reminds us that when we go into our secret closet, he's looking at our hearts. And sometimes we can talk a long prayer, find a lot of beautiful words to say, and it don't mean a thing. But I'm learning more and more that I need to talk with him daily. Not only just daily, but sometimes even hourly. We need to talk to the Lord. And prayer is just having a conversation, Mr. Patrick Lucas, with the Lord that have brought you up and out. Prayer is just having a conversation with the one that woke you up this morning. Understanding that it's not always have to be about you. But we can have a little talk with the Lord about something else or somebody else. Am I right about it? And if we don't include prayer in our daily living, I said if we don't include prayer in our daily living, we may as well just shut up the Bible and stop even talking about I'm on my way to see the King. How can you go and see the King of someone you've never had a relationship with? Y'all talk back to me. How can you go and tell him all about your troubles when you don't even have time to talk to him while you're here? Am I right about it? Yeah, Paul says here in this 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says, pray without ceasing. Yeah, it didn't mean that you come to church and pray an hour-long prayer. And it don't even reach the chandelier. Y'all talk back to me. It doesn't mean that you got to stay there on your knees all day long in the church house when you haven't even called him in your own house. How many called on him early this morning in your own house? You had a little talk with him, and it wasn't a long talk, but you may have just said, Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for starting me. Is there anybody in here today that you had a little talk with him to say, Lord, I'm not calling for nobody else, but I just want to tell you, thank you, because you've been already good to me. And I don't know about you, but it's so good to have a conversation with the Lord. Am I right about it? It's good to have a little talk with him when no one else is distracting you. Distractions sometimes cause us not to talk to the Lord. Our busy schedule sometimes will keep us from having a little talk with the Lord. Sometimes people will cause you from calling on the Lord. There's things that is made and designed to keep us from communicating with the Lord. I wish I had one person in here to say, listen, Pastor, sometimes I get so busy, I forget to tell God, I thank you that I'm not dead today. You do know you can get so busy that you forget all about the Lord until something happened within your life, and then you begin to call on the Lord. Paul says you ought to pray without ceasing. If you thump your toe instead of cussing, why not tell God, thank you that the toe is not broken? Y'all ought to talk back to me. If you lose your job, I dare you, if you're a real Christian, you will lift up holy hands and tell God, I thank you that you must got something better in store for me. Push your neighbor right quick and say, neighbor, I'm still going to talk to the Lord. All right. Paul said you got to have a little talk with him. That's all right. When your prayers of life, Elijah, are intact with God, you can get excited about what he has in store for you. Yes, sir. Mr. Elijah that just turned 20 years old, folks will have you thinking that you're too young to be calling on the Lord. But if there's ever a time you need to call on him, they put you on the spotlight. Not Pastor Young. It's right now. At the age of 20, you're grown. You can do what you want to do. You can go where you... When you got a prayer life with the Lord, he will tell you there's some places you should go. There's some stuff you shouldn't be doing. And then you will recognize who's the boss in the house.
All right.
I'll help you out, Lucas. Even though they're 20 and they're still in your house, there's some rules. Don't get mad at me now. Don't get mad at me now. Try to cut me off. There's some rules Mom and Daddy say you still got to go by. Just wave your hand and say, I know what you're talking about, Pastor. That once they start getting a little hair up under their chin, y'all talk back to me. Once they start smelling themselves, that ain't even in my sermon. But Mom and Dad have been praying for you. Before you got 20, they was praying for you. I know y'all don't want to know.
Go ahead.
Whenever we go into our secret closet to talk to the Lord, he want to hear something positive coming out of our mouth sometime.
I hear what you're saying.
Instead of talking about all the negative stuff.
I hear what you're saying.
Instead of complaining about what we don't have.
I hear what you're saying.
Why not begin to tell God thank you for what you do have? Isn't it so amazing within our lives, even in the church house, that we really don't have a real, true combination of prayer until something bad happens? Isn't it amazing how our government officials will get on the radio, get on the television, send flyers out, now is a time to pray? But I believe, Deacon Horn, that every Christian ought to have a constant relationship with the Lord. Ought to have a closer soul relationship with the Lord, that you can pray while you're traveling down the busy and dangerous highway. I believe that we shouldn't wait till tragedy happen in our lives to start calling on the name of the Lord. But I believe, even Deacon Horn, when things are going good, we ought to learn how to just reach up and tell God, I'm calling on you because nothing is wrong right now, but I just want to tell you thank you. It's prayer time again within our lives. Not because something have messed up in our lives, but we ought to call on him because things are still going good in our lives. I want to ask the question again. Did you call on him early this morning? Did you tell him, thank you, that, Lord, I'm still got my health and strength? Did you tell him, thank you, Lord, you blessed me one more time? I may be tired in my body, but I still want to lift up a praise to you. Anybody lift up a praise to him this morning? You didn't wait till you got to church to lift up a praise, but you lift up a praise because of who he is and what he's already done for you in your life. I ain't got nobody up in here that I'm not upset about how I got up this morning, but I'm just glad that I did get up this morning. Ain't got nobody in the church house that really love talking to the Lord, that really love lifting him up, that really love a relationship with him, that you can call on him anytime. I wish you grab your neighbor and say, neighbor, talking to God. I really love God, but most of all, I love when he answers my prayer. I heard the songwriter say, he may not come when I want him, but he's right on. He's right on time. Paul says in Philippians 4:4, to be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving Anybody thankful in the house? Let your requests be made known unto God. Instead of talking to everybody else, why not talk to God? Instead of calling on everybody, Dr. Pimple Popper, instead of calling on everybody else, why not call on the Lord and say, Lord, come and see about me? Instead of sending in for your spring water, why not go on down to Neon Springs and sit beside the lake and have a little talk with the Lord and see, won't he answer your prayer? Is there anybody in here know that he'll answer your prayer? Then say yes, Lord. James says in 5 and 13, is there anyone among you suffering? Let him pray. Let him pray a cheerful, and let him know that God will come and see about you. And every now and then, Sister Gibson, when you can't find the words, I dare you to just sing a hymn to him and say, Father, I stretch my hands to thee, no other help. I know you got to speak this thing with your own tongue and say, Lord, I know you got a healing for me. I've been sick too long. Now enough is enough. I want you to come and heal. So I'm speaking healing in my body. I'm not waiting on Young. I'm not waiting on this. I'm not waiting on somebody else. But I'm waiting on you, Lord, to come on and heal my body. Won't he heal you? Won't he heal you? Then say yes, Lord. Even in Luke said, now it came to pass, Luke 6 and 12. Yeah. In those days, Jesus went out into the mountain to pray. All right. And he continued all day and all night talking to the Lord. Sometimes, baby, if you get up in the morning, you can talk to the Lord. Sometimes late at night, you got a right to talk to the Lord. And he wants us to come to him and him alone. He'll take every one of our burdens. He'll take every one of our problems. Ain't got nobody in here that got real excited to say he can handle it. Whatever I'm going through, God got it all under control. Whatever the enemy got in my way, God got it all under control. Yes, Lord, I'll do your will. Yes, Lord, I'll go where you want me to go, because you've been so good to me. David says, evening and morning, and even in noon, I will pray. And guess what? He will hear my voice. Psalm 55 and 17. I don't know about you, Horn, but I'm glad that God still knows that my voice, and he can hear Horn's voice. At the same time, you hear Young's voice, and he's telling us today that we ought to be still and know that I'm still God, and besides him, there is none other. Oh, shucks, somebody. I wish I had some real prayer warriors up in here that know that prayer not only changes things, but prayer changes people. That prayer will turn your situation around. And if you call on the Lord, he has a way of coming to your rescue. That if you call on the Lord, I dare you to call on him right now. I dare you to lift him up right now. Come on, church. I dare somebody to lift him up right now. I dare somebody to get up from there and just give God a praise in this building. building? Is there anybody here that you really want to give him praise? Get everything else out of your way and just tell God, I thank you. Look at your neighbor right quick. I know they may be upset, but look at them and say, neighbor, you got to pray without ceasing. Before that evangelist Ellen, just before 17, it says something that we really don't like to do. And it says, rejoice always. Always. You crazy, young. Always. Rejoice. Always. All the ways. Always. Young, you out of your mind. What have you been smoking today, young? You gonna tell me to rejoice? That's what Paul says. Yeah. When you don't catch nothing on the river, take. Don't get mad at nobody else. Don't get mad at the bait. Use a different bait. Jesus told his disciples, he said, listen, we ain't going back out there. We've been toiling all night long and caught nothing. And Jesus says, go back out there and let your net down on the right side. We ain't been talking to the Lord right. We've been telling him everything. Don't you know there's power in the tongue? There's some stuff you got control of. There's some stuff he has given us full control of. And if you don't never open up your mouth and say something, well, he know what I need. God know what I need. God know I'm sick. Open up your mouth and tell him, Lord, I know you're a healer. I've been sick too long. I've been down and out too long. I'm not waiting on Jakes to come by. I want you to come and see about me, Lord. Lord, I've been with the stuff and sufferings for a long time. I want you, Lord, to step in and heal my body. And I know that you're able to do it. I believe you can do it. So I'm just going to tell you, thank you in advance. Lord, I've been broke too long. I've been having financial problems too long. I know you got everything. In fact, the Bible says that you got 10,000 cattle on the hill waiting for me. Not only that, the Bible says that everything in the earth belongs to you. I know you got riches just waiting on you. Come on, somebody. Stop killing yourself. Mama was broke. Daddy was broke. Grandmama Neil was broke. So I'm going to be broke. That's a devil's lie. Turn that thing around and say, I'm not going to be broke. And the fact about it, Eleanor, he don't want me broke all my life. And I ain't got to sit in no prayer falls that I can get some money. God got all the money. Slap your neighbor and say, neighbor, what are you waiting on? That same money he has given you, and you turn around and I better not say it.
Preach.
Come on, say it. Throw a rock at me if you want. That same money that God has given you to pay your tithe and offering, and you spend it on scratch-offs. And I ain't been behind none of y'all in the checkout line. So don't get mad talking about you she's back to talking at me.
Yeah.
You tell it on yourself.
All right.
I told the church one time before I'm going home. I told them, they said they don't take that kind of money. Gambling money. Dope money. I don't take that kind of money in the church house, Pastor Young. And this is a big doctor up in it talking to a bunch of preachers. Don't accept it. How do you know? How do you know what's coming in the offering? I ain't got time to be checking everybody out and asking, where did you get that money from? I ain't taking no fifth and lucre in the church. Once we ask the Lord to bless anything that comes in here.
That's right.
Y'all Bible readers help me. Do that make it? Once we ask the Lord to bless. So don't, if you won bingo.
That's right. Bring the money on.
If you was up all night with poker last night.
That's right. That's right.
Because we're going to bless it anyhow. We're going to ask the Lord. Y'all don't want to talk back to me. We're going to ask the Lord. That's why it's good to have an open communication with the Lord. Now, I'm not telling you to go and spend your money on. Get it right. Get it right. I'm not telling you to go down to the casino and spend your money that the Lord have allowed you to earn. And then Pastor said, well, hey, only bring 10% of it. And I lost the 10%.
Yeah.
Do what's right. And see how the Lord will bless you. Stop saying that I don't have it. When you spend $20 a day on cigarettes. Anybody here smoke? Don't everybody raise their hand at one time. Spend at least $20. Pastor Melvin in my business. And then you come and say, I would give some offering, but I don't have no money. But tomorrow you're going to get them cools. Those Newports. I'm mentally not sure enough, Paul ain't. He says, bring it here. And if you talk to him, if you talk to the Lord daily, have an open communication with him, he'll bless you. And anything else that you go along with and do, God is still, he'll bless you. Anybody in here for real know that he'll bless you? Come on, for real. I mean for real. Know that he'll bless you. And some of it you don't even deserve. But he still bless you. I know that's the way I feel sometimes. There's some blessings comes my way sometimes, Sister Dawn. And I said, what have I done to deserve it? And last week he spoke to me. He spoke to me as we was going down the road. He spoke to me just clearly. You're praying for everybody else, young. You need to take some more time and pray for yourself. You pray for everybody else. Why not pray for yourself? That's not selfish.
Yeah, man. That's right. Yeah, man.
How in the world are you going to hold up if you're not going to pray for yourself? Talk to me for yourself. You've been bringing everybody else. And there's some of you in here, that's his job. He need to pray for me. What if you can't get in touch with me? said you come to the Lord anytime.
Yeah.
Somebody talk to me.
Yeah.
Anytime and anywhere.
Yeah.
Young may be somewhere cruising somewhere.
Yeah.
Going to Jamaica. He and Sister Young laying out on the ship, working on their tan.
Yeah.
And you gonna wait 7 days before you call on the Lord? Come on, somebody. You can talk to him right now. How many of you not prayed for Pastor this morning? 3. I said 3. How many have prayed for the church this morning? Now don't tell no story, because the Lord is looking at you and he knows. Praise God. All the doors of the church is open. Paul just simply says, pray without ceasing. Can't get no closer than that. Well, young, who am I praying to? You praying to God. I stopped a long time ago, a couple of years after they ordained me. I stopped trying to pray to impress folks.
Yes, sir.
My pastor said, when you get up there and start praying, he said, you talk to the Lord. Stop trying to impress folks with your prayer. Because folks can't come and see about you like the Lord can. Folks can't heal your body like the Lord can. Folks can't put money in your pocket like the Lord can. Y'all talk back to me. So when you call on the Lord, Grandmama them said, I said Wednesday night, it's like sending timber up. The more you send timber up, guess what? He's sending it back down to you. It's going to benefit you in the long run having a talk with him. It's going to help you in the long run. To talk to the Lord. And if you're here today, you don't have a relationship with him. You don't have a relationship with him. This is a good time to start right now and say, here I am, Lord. You can come to him just as you are and say, here I am, I need you, Lord. Is there one here? Is there one here that's standing, saying, here I am, Pastor, I need you. I need it. Maybe there's one here that says, listen, Pastor, I talk with the Lord constantly, but the enemy still gets in my way. That's the job. That's his job. To cause you to keep from talking to the Lord. So if you're here today and you want to say, here I am, you want to dedicate your life back to the Lord, come on. This is your opportunity. Come on. Maybe you're here today and you're just standing in the need of prayer. You said, Pastor, listen, I know what prayer would do. I know how it have changed things. Mama taught me that long time ago. Grandmama and them taught us a long time ago. Talk to the Lord. Talk to him constantly. Have a real relationship with him. That he can turn your life around. You're here today. Will you come? Will you come? Praise God. Oh, how? Do you really love him today? You're standing in the need of prayer. Will you come? Will you come? Oh, how?